Hello everyone. Today we have with us Dr. Prashant Lokhande, Placement Head of Pillai College of Engineering. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. So beginning with the interview, my first question to you is that you have held the key positions at education institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
Key factor is working with the youth, facing various challenges. Challenges for learning the new technology and then passing this knowledge to the student. Then challenges to place the student into the companies, interacting with various industries. Then opportunity for research work. This is the biggest motivation to be in this particular field. So I was very much interested into the digital forensic and cyber, and this profession has given me the opportunity to learn this, to explore the areas into that particular field. Even the university started the various courses, new subjects on digital forensic, cyber crimes, and that helped me a lot to learn the thing.
Okay. So moving on to our next question. The education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your college?
Now, big difference means large difference because I have been to the New Zealand to the Christchurch University. So what I find the basic difference between the Indian university and the foreign university is the infrastructure and the money invested by the respective governments and the respective colleges into that. So Indian colleges and the university sometimes they are lacking research-oriented motivation and the money to be put into the system. So we have a largest drawback is the population. Whereas the foreign university, they have very less population and they are dealing with a very less number of candidates. And particularly they are the industries are also taking the help from the universities, and in turn it will help the university with some sort of funding, and that funding will help that particular university to build a better infrastructure. Otherwise, the education, the teaching, and all these things. So India is the guru for all over the world. You can find the IT industry everywhere. You will find only Indian engineers.
Yeah.
If you have bad academic and the education system, it wouldn't happen. So
Yeah.
not only this, NASA consists of 58% of Indian engineers. IT engineer, software engineer, you go anywhere in the world. Then you go any hospital in the world, you will find at least 20 to 30% Indian doctors.
Yeah.
So it means you can calculate, you can take the medical field, you can take the engineering field, you can take any field, management field. The top CEOs are from Indian background. They studied in India and then now they become the CEO like Pepsi, Google, Microsoft. You can name any company and you will find the Indian person as a CEO. So
Yes,
the basic
sir.
difference is money invested into. This is what the basic difference between Indian and foreign India.
So moving on to our next question. Any insights into how your university could be more welcoming to the students of different economic races or different economic backgrounds?
Yeah, university is having at the time of admission, so we have different quota. So for SC, ST, so there is a 0% fees charged by the university. So for scheduled castes, then scheduled tribes, VJ, NT, all these backward class. For OBC class, so 50% fees is charged. For economical backward class, so there is the discount, or you can say there is a concession in the fees. Then teaching fee waiver scheme is also there for economically backward class student, where at the time of admission student can apply for that also. So, and secondly, the banks are giving the loan without any mortgage for to the students for the educational purpose. So university is also helping almost more than 60 to 50 to 60% student, they are availing this type of facility.
Yes, sir. So moving on to our next question. What do you see as Pillai College's greatest strengths?
Uh, Please come again.
Yeah, I'll repeat the question. What do you see the Pillai College of Engineering's greatest strengths?
Okay, the greatest strength of the Pillai College of Engineering is the qualification of highly qualified faculty. Second number is world-class infrastructure. Third is research culture. So every year we are earning 3 to 4 crore rupees by doing the consultancy and the research work. So we have different special interest group SIGs over here, which is providing the services to the industry, providing like working on the various research projects of like BRNS and DBT, Department of like Technology and all these things. So every faculty member is working on the different research projects. I'm working on various consultancy projects of digital forensic and cybercrime. So other people, they are working into the nanoparticle, then other different. We have like a biggest research projects, a consultancy project from US for urban expansion and observatories. So it is more than 3 to 4 crore rupees per annum. This is what the revenue we are getting. And we have also tie up with the NASA. So our students are getting a free of cost training. We have more than 28 MOUs with the different organizations, different R&D units, and they will give us the some sort of projects. Our student, UG student, PG students, and the faculty members, they are working into them. So this is what the USP of the Pillai College of Engineering: the highly qualified faculty, world-class infrastructure, research culture, and the various opportunity for the student, and the excellent placement record and opportunity for the student.
So moving on to our next question. Being the paid placement head for the college, what are your thoughts about the current college placement?
See, placement is totally depend on two factors. One is your previous student performance in the industry, and secondly, your college contribution or college investment into the student. So if college is investing into the student in terms of inculcating the knowledge, the expertise, the various type of training, the soft skill training, the aptitude training, the technical training. So this will, whether there is a recession or not, your student will be getting the opportunity from the different companies. So we have a structured procedure over here. Right from the first year, we are working on the skills of the student. So we have like a 4-year plan: the first year, second year, third year, and final year. In the first year, we are working on the student communication skill, his behavioral aspect, his dressing style. Second year, we are working on the technical part of his particular interest or the subject. Third year, more towards the projects, the various research paper, the consultancy works and all these things. Final year, more towards preparation for the company. So this is a various structured way that we are implementing at our college. So we called it as PSD, Professional Skill Development.
Okay, so moving on to our next question. Does the college provide any industrial experience in terms of internships or anything like that for the students of third year or the final year students?
Recording is also stopped. Okay.
So does the college provide any industrial experience for the students of third year and the final year in terms of internships?
Yes. So we are providing the opportunity for the internship in nearby industry through AICT's Internshala initiative also. Even we got the certificate from AICT that we are among top few institutes who provided the maximum number of internship to the students. We not only internship, we are also providing the consultancy projects to the students where they can work during their free time or the Saturdays or Sunday. During their summer and winter vacations, they will be provided the opportunity to work with the industry. I already told that we have 28 MOUs with different organizations, and they are committed to provide us the internship opportunity.
Yes, sir. So moving on to our next question. How are you planning to conduct the placement sessions for the current pandemic situation?
Okay, the current placement season for this 2021 batch is already started from August 2020, and we are placed more than 100 students during this pandemic situation. Now, this during this pandemic situation, all the campus placements are conducted virtually.
Yeah.
So we have day one company, day two company, day three company, which they book their slot in advance. And according to their schedule, all the online tests, the Proctor online test, Proctor online interviews were conducted, and the students are placed. And now the university examination is scheduled from this month. So that's why there is a break on the placement. But in the month of January, we have again the different companies are lined up. After February and March, generally the core companies, the core industry companies, they usually visit.
Okay, so moving on to our last question. Any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth or the aspiring students?
Suggestion is consistent academic record, the 3A. One is the student must have a consistent academic record. I'm not, or the companies are not expecting distinction or 70%, but at least a 60% in each semester or an average of 60%. Secondly, avoid the KTs. If you can avoid, try to make it clear background of your academics. The second A is academic, then mental, like attitude. So your attitude must be suitable for the company where you wanted to work. And third one is the aptitude. So you need to work on your aptitude skill, develop the skill, during this pandemic time, the Coursera, they offered the various free courses, and we circulated this among the students. And many students, they certified themselves into the various number of technologies. So this is the key whenever you wanted to go for the job. And there are two candidates. One candidate, he also did engineering from the college, and another candidate, he is also did the engineering, and both of them are having the same percentage. But the one candidate, he did two different certifications plus some sort of internship projects, or worked on 2 or 3 internship projects. So company definitely prefer the candidate who is having well-known certifications and the internship experience over the candidate who is not having. So that's why this is what we want. I want to suggest the candidate. So do not waste the time. At least do at least one internship per year, right from your first year. Forget about the company, forget about the job profile, but at least work in any company for a month or 15 days or 20 days as an intern. Secondly, try to work on different projects every year. So we have PBL concepts, the project-based learning concept, right from first year student. So they can participate into the projects, and that projects can be added into their curriculum and the CV. Secondly, by doing these projects, they will automatically develop their skill set. By working as an intern into the company, they develop their personality, their aptitude, their attitude is going to improve. So this is what the 3 A's are required for a candidate to be successful during their student life.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. This was certainly an insightful session.